Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amanda. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm going to be doing a little free library tour of some of the ones we have in our area. We're gonna go around and donate some books that we don't need to have anymore, and then hopefully find some fun new books. So I'll take you along and we'll see what we find. Let's go. Alright guys, so we just got back from our little free library tour around our area. So we have one in our neighborhood that it's hit or miss. Sometimes there's a lot of good stuff in there and other times there's not much. Like today there was not very much in there. So I wanted to go around to some other ones because I had some I wanted to drop off and wanted to see if I could find a few that looked good. So I got a few. I got, I guess, like 3 for my boys and 3 for me. So, and there's probably a little crossover there because I'll be reading theirs with them. But yeah, so let's get started. I got, this one is Chicken Squad. It's kind of a silly little series for kids, but the reason I got this is we checked one out of the library before, and my son really liked it because it still has a lot of pictures in it, which he still loves to have. So there's not too many words on a page, and there's still a lot of pictures in there. Even though they're black and white, he will love that it has pictures for him. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, still when I read books, I get excited when there's pictures in my book still, so I get it. Okay, then I got this book is called War Horse, and this book has seen better days, but it says it's now a major motion picture. I got this for my war-loving 7-year-old, and I will read this with him. But this is about it's set in 1914 in the midst of World War I on the Western Front, and looks like it's about a boy and his horse. It says, amongst the clamoring of guns and while plodding through the cold mud, Joey wonders if the war will ever end, and if it does, will he ever find Albert again? Which is a boy the horse had to leave behind. So it seems like it might be from the horse's point of view, which is kind of cool. But I think my son is really gonna like that. I don't know if the movie is kid appropriate, but if it is, he will love that too. And then the last book I got that's mostly for my boys is Elijah of Buxton by Christopher Paul Curtis. This is a Newbery Honor book and a Coretta Scott King Award winner. This I have seen everywhere and really wanted to have a copy, so I was pretty excited when I saw it today because I was gonna buy it new. So this is about an 11-year-old who lives in Buxton, Canada, a settlement of runaway slaves near the American border. Elijah is the first child in town to be born free, and he ought to be famous just for that, not to mention for being the best at chunking rocks and catching fish. Unfortunately, all that most people see is a fragile boy who's scared of snakes and tends to talk too much. But everything changes when a former slave steals money from Elijah's friend, who has been saving to buy his family out of captivity in the South. Now it's up to Elijah to track down the thief, and his dangerous journey just might make a hero out of him. So this I have seen on Read Aloud Revival and lots of other places. It is supposed to be very good. So I am probably going to work this into our homeschool this year with my will-be 11-year-old for school. We'll work it in there. But I'm really excited to see what that book is like too, because I've heard so much about it. And then for me, I found We Bought a Zoo, the amazing true story of a young family, a broken down zoo, and the 200 wild animals that changed their lives forever by Benjamin Mee. I believe there's a movie because I think I've seen it based off of this book. This is a memoir, and I really want to try to read more memoirs because I like them usually when I read them, and I tend to just not read a lot of them. So I saw it and I was like, ooh, a memoir, cool. And it's about animals, which is fun. I think it's kind of just like the title says. This family buys a broken down zoo, and then I guess it's the story of what happens when they do that. I'm looking forward to reading this one. It's definitely something that I want to do more of, is to read more memoirs. Okay, the next one I found is, I believe this is a YA, but this is Somebody Out There Hates You by Hollis Seaman. This is about two teenagers who are in, I think, hospice. And it's a boy and a girl who are on hospice, and I think it follows them and how they are trying to live out their days the best that they can and enjoy them as much as they can while they're still alive. From what I read, it looks like it talks about how their parents are handling it and it looks like maybe there are some funny moments mixed in a pretty heavy topic. So I am trained as an RN, and I always say that if I ever go back to being a nurse, a bedside nurse, then I would choose hospice, because I think I've seen it in action enough to know that it's something that I would enjoy, I think, and I think it would be a very fulfilling place to work. So I am always interested to read stories set in that setting. So this one's interesting because it is younger people. Usually when I think about hospice, I think of older people, but there are younger people as well. So I love that that's from a different perspective than I'm used to with hospice. The last book that I got is called The Wanderers by Meg Howry. I'm going to show this to you. It didn't come with the dust jacket on it, but I will put a picture of that up for y'all to see. This is a science fiction, and it says, it's a brilliantly inventive novel about 3 astronauts training for the first ever mission to Mars, an experience that will push the boundary between real and unreal, test their relationships, and leave each of them and their families changed forever. After reading the Project Hail Mary, that was a science fiction that I read by Andy Weir recently. I loved that, and I have a goal to get more science fiction in. So when I saw this, and then I had to look up what it was about because there's not having the cover. When I saw that it was science fiction, I was intrigued, and I'm looking forward to trying it. I've never heard anything about it, so it's kind of going out on a limb a little bit, but I'm gonna be brave and try an author I haven't heard of in a genre that is not one of my go-tos. So I'd also said I wanted to read, says, astonishingly imaginative, tenderly comedic, and unerringly wise. The Wanderers explores the differences between those who go on and those who stay, telling the story about the desire behind all exploration, the longing for discovery, and the great search to understand the human heart. So I grabbed that one. That sounds really good, and I'm excited to see what I think about it. Okay, so that is my little free library tour, and I guess a little mini haul. I really had a lot of fun riding around and finding different ones. I love the idea of the little free libraries where you can put books in there that you think other people will love, or that maybe didn't work for you but will work for someone else, and also find hidden gems that you might not have otherwise found. I love it. Do you have little free libraries near you? I would love to hear if you do, and if you go to them and use them, I would love to hear about it. So let me know down in the comments, and now we'll get to the kindness moment. I have a quote for you from Lady Gaga that says, I've been searching for ways to heal myself, and I've found that kindness is the best way. So I don't know that she meant it this way, but I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about being kind to ourselves. I don't know about y'all, but I tend to be not quite as kind to myself as I would maybe be to my friends or my family. I think I tend to be a little bit hard on myself, a little bit harsh. I'm my biggest critic. And the kindness that we give out it's great to be kind to other people, but I think we could all do with being a little kinder to ourselves and giving ourselves a little bit of grace and a little bit of a break now and then. Like, we're not perfect robots. We are human and we make mistakes. I think we deserve for ourselves to be kind to us and to treat ourselves like the precious beings that we are. So on that note, go out there and be kind to yourself today, y'all.